In this video, we will tell you about did anyone beat Amber Heard in movie Aquaman 2? If yes, then how? And also if not, then why? And what are the best scenes in this movie? Let's find even more. Let's get started. Amber Heard played Mera, the wife of Arthur Curry, who was the heir to the throne of Atlantis. She is also a member of the Atlantean Royal Family. In the film, Mera is kidnapped by Black Manta and taken to an underwater kingdom where she is forced to fight for her life. She defeats Black Manta and sets out to save Atlantis from its ruler, Orm Jason Momoa. The film received mixed reviews from critics, but it was very well received by audiences. The movie grossed over $1 billion worldwide, making it one of Warner Bros.' biggest movies ever. No one beat Amber Heard in Aquaman 2. She was the best character to be introduced in the movie, and we were also excited to see how she would interact with Arthur Curry as a mother and queen of Atlantis. She was also the only woman who could hold her own against Jason Momoa's Aquaman. She wasn't afraid or intimidated by him, which made her character even more powerful and loved. In the Aquaman 2, Amber Heard's Mera has a lot of great moments. She's strong, quiet, and committed to her people. She's also pretty badass when it comes to water manipulation. In one scene, she stops a giant wave from crashing on an entire city by manipulating its path so that it hits a building instead of the city itself, and then somehow manages to get back in time to save everyone. We are most excited about her fight scene with Black Manta, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, which ends up being one of our favorite scenes in the movie. Amber Heard makes me want to be a courageous person. She was so good at her character that she almost made me think I was watching a different movie than the one I'd been watching for the last 2 hours in a theater full of other people who had been there for those same 2 hours. I loved Mera's arc throughout the movie, from her initial insecurity about being nothing but an object to her new confidence as she learns to trust Arthur Curry's leadership skills and become a hero. She also grew into her role as Queen of Atlantis, which I thought was really cool, especially when you think about how hard it is for women to be lead characters in their own stories. But my favorite part of Amber Heard's performance was how it affected all of us viewers. When we see someone we love succeed on screen and make us feel proud, that can change everything. It makes us believe more in ourselves and our abilities, it inspires others to work harder and strive higher, it gives us courage and hope as we face challenges ourselves, it makes us want to make something happen ourselves. Johnny Depp fans' efforts to have Amber Heard axed from Aquaman 2 carried no water, says producer. An Aquaman spin-off without Amber Heard was never under any circumstance a choice. Today on the Deadline Hero Nation web recording, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom maker Peter Safran was found out if the virtual entertainment crusade by Johnny Depp fans for Amber Heard's expulsion from the DC spin-off at any point had any effect on the creation and their projecting choices. I don't believe we're truly going to respond to truly unadulterated fan pressure, said Safran, whose James Gunn The Suicide Squad film hits theaters and HBO Max on August 6th. You must give what's all for the film, proceeded with Safran. That's what we felt assuming it's James Wan and Jason Momoa, it ought to be Amber Heard. That is truly the very thing that it was. One isn't ignorant about what is happening in the Twitter section, yet that doesn't mean you need to respond to it or accept it as gospel or agree to their desires, said Safran. You need to make the wisest decision for the film, and that is truly where we arrived on it. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom producer James Wan reported on Instagram that creation was in progress on the continuation of the record $1.1 billion earning top DC film ever. This retouched off the #JusticeForJohnnyDepp group on Twitter once more. The requirement of Heard's exquisite from Aquaman 2 by Depp fans started after the previously hitched pair heaved touchy allegations of abusive behavior at home at each other in the Pirates of the Caribbean star's UK defamation preliminary against The Sun. The court excused Depp's case, deciding for The Sun's charges against the entertainer. Following the Sun decision, Warner Bros. Hacked out Depp from the third Fantastic Beasts film, with Mads Mikkelsen assuming control over the job of dull wizard Gellert Grindelwald. In a November interview with EW, Heard tended to the fights against her by Depp fans, saying, "Paid tales and paid crusades via web-based entertainment don't direct casting decisions in light of the fact that they have no premise as a general rule. Only the fans really got Aquaman and Aquaman 2 going. I'm eager to get everything rolling 1 year from now." The previous Rum Diary co-stars and wedded couple are entangled in additional lawful debates on this side of the Atlantic in a $50 million criticism suit sent off by Depp in 2019. Heard, who tossed back at her ex with a $100 million countersuit, and Depp are planned to go to preliminary next April. Amber Heard hasn't been cut from Aquaman 2 despite recent rumors. Unconfirmed reports have proposed that Amber Heard was eliminated from Aquaman 2, however, that isn't really the situation. Hope to see Mera in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Throughout recent years, there has been a web-based entertainment development for Warner Bros. To eliminate Amber Heard from the forthcoming continuation. Her new maligning preliminary, which saw Johnny Depp ending up as a winner with the decision, had just expanded those calls for Heard to be cut. This incorporates more than 4.6 million individuals making a change.org request for the terminating to occur. The request was sitting at around 1.8 million names in front of the preliminary. As of late, an unverified report hit the web indicating that Heard had been totally taken out from the continuation. The talk had been beginning to spread before Heard's camp crushed it with another assertion, rejecting that Mera had been cleared off of Aquaman 2. A representative for Heard sent used the accompanying explanation to Variety to expose the talk. The talk factory go on as it has from the very beginning, wrong, harsh, and somewhat crazy. The bits of hearsay that Heard had been altogether taken out from the film were additionally as an unmistakable difference to what has been accounted for emerging from the most recent test screenings. At a certain point, Heard was accounted for to have close to 10 minutes of screen time, and her screen time has supposedly multiplied in the new cut with over 20 minutes of film for Heard. Anyway, in any case, Heard affirmed that her part in the continuation had been enormously diminished contrasted with what it was in the first content. She credited this to her fight in court with Depp, however maker Walter Hamada affirmed that it was a result of an absence of science with Jason Momoa. Amber Heard says the online backlash hasn't been fair. Amber Heard talked with Savannah Guthrie on Today to share her contemplations on the decision. She said she didn't fault the jury for showing up at their choice later. Paid representatives and rondos had gone through weeks affirming for Johnny Depp's group. In any case, for even the people who accept that Heard lied about her charges of homegrown maltreatment, the Aquaman star actually contends that the manner in which she has been dealt with, from the online entertainment analysis to the change.org request, hasn't been fair. "I couldn't care less about me or what decisions you need to make about what occurred in the security of my home, in my marriage, away from public scrutiny," Heard said in the meeting. "I don't assume the typical individual ought to know those things. Thus, I don't think about it literally. In any case, even someone who is certain I'm meriting this disdain and poison, regardless of whether you believe that I'm lying, you actually couldn't look at me without flinching and let me know that you think via web-based entertainment there's been a fair portrayal. You can't let me know that you feel that this has been fair." Hey guys, if you found this video helpful, then please don't forget to like and share it. Also, if you're still not subscribed to the channel, then don't go without pressing the subscribe button. Thanks for watching till the end.